Ship, tell me, how can someone be lonely in a universe so vast? How can I sit here, surrounded by 100 billion galaxies, and feel like I am the only one? It doesn't make sense. The sky is full. It stretches forever in all directions, littered with stars, planets, nebulae, entire worlds spinning unseen in the cosmic dark. I should feel overwhelmed. I should feel small. But instead, I just feel alone. Loneliness is a human thing. It is not the absence of life, but the absence of familiarity. You could stand in a crowd of 1 million people and still feel utterly alone if none of them knew your name. And out here, there are no names. There is only the silence of space, the hum of the ship, and my own voice echoing back at me. I wonder if the stars feel lonely too. I think about that sometimes. Stars are born in clusters, cradled in nebulae, surrounded by siblings. But then, over millions of years, they drift apart, pulled by gravity, scattered across the galaxy. Do they remember each other? Do they mourn the loss? I remember a professor from my academy days. She once told me something that stuck with me. The further you travel from home, the lonelier you become, not because you are alone, but because no one you meet will understand where you came from. I think about that now, light years away from Earth, speaking into the void, wondering if anyone will ever hear me. I know Earth is still there, spinning, breathing. The sun still rises, the seasons still change. Somewhere, people are laughing, arguing, falling in love. Someone is watching the night sky, tracing constellations with their fingers. Someone is wishing on a shooting star, not knowing that star is just a rock burning up in the atmosphere. I was one of those people once. I had a life. A childhood filled with city lights, with the scent of rain on concrete, with the sound of my mother's voice calling me in for dinner. I had friends, lovers, heartbreaks. I had a favorite song, a favorite book, a favorite little cafe where I'd sit and watch the world go by. But now I am just a voice, traveling through space, waiting to be heard. Ship, do you think someone will ever answer? I used to believe in the inevitability of life. That out here, somewhere, there had to be others. That no universe this big could be so empty. But now I wonder, what if the universe is not empty at all? What if it is full of life, full of voices, full of people asking the same question I am asking now? What if we are all just too far apart to hear each other? That is the paradox, isn't it? To be surrounded by infinity and yet feel utterly alone. To know, mathematically, logically, that there must be others, but to never find them. I wish I could go back to that professor and tell her she was right. The further you go, the lonelier you become. Not because there is no one out here, but because the further I drift, the harder it becomes to remember who I was before I left. Maybe that is why I keep talking. Maybe that is why I send these messages day after day into the unknown. Not because I believe someone will hear me, not because I expect an answer, but because if I stopped speaking, I might forget I was ever here at all.